Welcome everyone to the What's Left podcast. John here with Jake and Brad. We are the punk rock garage band podcast, adding our voice to resistance as loudly as we can here on the Derealization Nation Media Network. You can like and subscribe, please, on YouTube and Substack. Continue to do it. You guys have done a great job. We really appreciate you making this thing happen. I want to get right to business today. We got to talk about a couple of serious things. We're going to talk about some the deeply unserious people who are running this fucking country, and then we are going to talk about policy that we would like to see, ways that we would like to hear uh, politicians speak about what we want as, human beings with jobs and shit. So, let's start with Israel, as we always do. Start there. Uh, so Israel still starving Gaza. The Rafah crossing remains closed, but the news is just not reporting it anymore. And guys, that seems to be the general consensus. Like, if you just want to like summarize the whole thing, nothing has changed except for now the news is just refusing to acknowledge the existence of any violence against Israel, against Gaza and Palestine in general.
Yeah, once they announced the ceasefire,
Hmm.
it was just like the media was like, "All right, well, it's handled now. Let's ignore it."
Right. Such a historic peace deal was made. There's obviously nothing left to talk about. And yet, people are still starving, bombs are still falling, and of course, continued attacks on the West Bank and settlers moving in, setting homes on fire. Videos of that. Videos of people brutalizing like their goats, ripping up their olive trees, and just like really scorched earth, Old Testament shit. Like the Old Testament talks about this kind of stuff. Like you go in and like they talk about, you kill their livestock and like salt their fucking fields. Like that's literally what they're doing in Palestine. It's like some real twisted Old Testament shit. Um, so the story though that came out apparently didn't hit you guys. I was surprised nobody's heard this. Well, and then at the same time, I'm not because, it's really not uncommon for these things to skip mainstream media. But uh, so there was a video that was leaked by Israeli staffer of the IDF brutalizing and raping a Palestinian hostage. Um, and this caused a great amount of consternation among the Israeli government, and they immediately acted to punish the perpetrator, i.e., the person who leaked the video. Uh, Benjamin Netanyahu has been very outspoken about this being the worst thing that has ever happened to Israel, calling this person a traitor. And then, wouldn't you know it, she goes missing. Her car is found empty with a suicide note inside of it. And everyone assumes that she committed suicide, and then she's found alive a little bit later. So it's a little early to tell, but it would seem that Israel tried to stage her suicide, failed, and she escaped. Pretty, pretty just everyday business for Israel. And this is where your tax dollars are going. Isn't that wonderful? Cover
It's
up.
right on brand. Mind you, they have universal health care and free education, and then we fund them to make people go missing.
Yeah. There's nothing the United States loves more, Jake, than covering up rape. Seems to be like our peanut
Your
butter and
path
jelly.
now the dream.
Yeah. The American dream is to get away with
Mhm.
the rape, I guess. Seems to be. Seems to be. I wanted to also mention that Donald Trump was on this tour of South Korea, and the South Korean government gave him this crown, right? And I thought that was odd because I thought they were mad at him. And it turns out they were. It was a real passive aggressive move on their part. They gave him the crown of a dynasty who was just overspent, lavish, great wealth inequality, and then failed. So basically, just like trolled the fuck out of him without him even knowing it by giving him this crown. So these are the these are the people just setting up a little bit what we're going to get to later. But like these are the idiots that are running our country. and that like the whole world knows what they're all about. All right. Um, so let's talk a little bit about Sudan. I like I said last time, had to admit that I don't know. Jake, you want to start with these slides here? So let's learn a little bit about the relationship between Sudan and the United Arab Emirates real quick. And then we could talk a little bit more about the conflict. So the UAE has become one of the richest countries in the world, and much of that wealth is from gold, which is linked a lot to Sudan. They've taken advantage of the instability and conflict in that area. They also, most of it's illegal and smuggled. Go ahead, Jake. I'll give you like the little corner fingers.
Oh, I can't see you when I'm sharing pictures.
Oh, oh, all right. Well, I guess I'll just say it. UAE is the largest buyer of Sudan's gold. And so they've been draining Sudan's economy, cheating them out of a lot of the money. It's smuggled out of Sudan and refined in Dubai and then sold on foreign markets. Go ahead, Jake. So Sudan officially exported around $1.7 billion in gold to the UAE. But the real figure, go ahead, Jake, could be as much as 3 to 5 times higher. So imagine like your country is sitting on this huge resource and just getting fucking raped essentially for it. Um, because as many people already know, this is what people do know is that a lot of Dubai's gold market is one of the biggest in the world now. Gold from Sudan and other African nations is sold as legitimate. Um, the process is what a big part of what strengthened the UAE's economy, made it a global hub for purchasing metal trading, as it says here, but also for purchasing, go ahead, Jake, $2 billion of Liberty World Financial, the Trump crypto coin, stable coin, which have bought them a lot of influence here in the United States. Emirati companies have also taken large areas of Sudanese farmland to grow for export. So the food that they grow there, go ahead, Jake, isn't for the Sudanese, but is to export back to the UAE. So the UAE also takes advantage of them there. And they've been the ones who have been funding the RSF, the Rapid Support Forces, in the civil war for control over the gold mines. And also they have a very important crossing of the Red Sea there. Um, so go ahead, Jake. That's system now. I think that's probably the last one, right?
There's one more.
Okay, go ahead. One more. That system has caused a lot of poverty in the Sudan and fueled, like this says, the rise to the UAE as a global power. Um, this is just a continuation of the way that Africa's resources have been continued to build foreign empires for millennia now. You can go ahead and take that off, Jake. So where we are today is that the RSF has captured the main city. They were this conflict was essentially uh, dead or at least smoldering in 2023 before the UAE started pumping money into the RSF, and now they are a fighting force with U.S. And UK weapons. They have captured the city. They've displaced millions, literally millions of people, kidnapped doctors and nurses, uh, and just a lot of rape, just tons and tons of rape. Uh, the the whole lots of videos of just executions, people being buried alive. Um, and it's just truly just been stepped up, bloody extra. But we are also funding this war with American weapons. As many as $23 billion worth of American weapons have been sold to the UAE for the RSF. So, guys, um, how excited are you to hear that not only is there another genocide going on within the world, but this one is also funded by the United States? Surprised?
Not at
No.
all. Got to fund the war machine.
Yeah.
Every genocide, every extinction of a population is traced back to the money. All of it is just traced back to what is this going to do for the economy, and us funding wars with the same way they funded Ukraine in an attempt to help them keep their sovereignty is the same way we will fund other countries to end sovereignty for others.
Hmm. Yep, because we're always resource pigs. Always resource pigs. That's really all the United States cares about. And not that this was not a problem in previous administrations, but obviously the crypto exchange, the $2 billion worth of crypto that the UAE bought in Trump's World Liberty Financial definitely makes a difference in how much influence the United Arab Emirates has in the United States, to say the least. There is a lot that you can do because all of this normalization that's happened, including as part of the Abraham Accords. Um, One of the things that UAE was supposed to do was quit doing shit like this. Obviously, they have not. But also, they sponsor everything from, you know, airlines to, I hate to say this, but like boycott the NBA Cup because they are sponsoring the NBA Cup this year. And I like to watch pretty much every Cavs game, but I will be skipping the entirety of the NBA Cup this year because of the UAE. And I encourage everybody to do the same. And it happens. Soccer fans also have there's a lot of fucking normalization going on there. Um, so whatever you can do to send a message, start doing it. We have to talk just as loud about this one as we do Israel's. Am I right or am I wrong there? This one's just as bad, if not worse, in a lot of ways. All right. That's all I've got for these foreign wars for today. Genocide and such. Um, we're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we're going to talk about the absolute travesty that is the people in charge of this place. This fucking Gatsby party and the contrast that it has with not feeding people through Snap is just unfucking believable. So we'll be back after this word from not the United Arab Emirates, who are fucking warmongers, warlords, and responsible for a genocide.
Whenever. Welcome back to the What's Left podcast. I'm John, or I'm John, Brad, and Jake. We are on the Derealization Nation network. You can find us on TikTok, Threads, YouTube, Instagram. Follow us, give us a like, comment, hate, or love. We don't care. So what I'm going to talk about today is the fact that 42 million Americans were worried about their SNAP benefits just disappearing, but Trump decided to have a nice little Halloween party at his great mansion at Mar-a-Lago for his political allies and donors and all the millionaires who like to have fun. And the theme was The Great Gatsby, which, if you've never read The Great Gatsby or anything, it's about the Roaring Twenties, which was a great time for, some social, what do I want to say there?
Elites.
Yeah,
Social,
the elites. Yeah,
yeah,
uh,
social elites, economic inequality, like just the social privilege. That's what I wanted to say. The social privilege,
yeah,
which is a fitting theme for these people. The theme was also called A Little Party Never Killed Nobody. So that Fergie song is ruined.
yeah. No kidding.
Um, so it's just telling of our president who seems to really care about the American people to throw a grand old party and not care about the other half of the America who can't eat. When White House spokespeople were asked about it, they said it's all the Democrats' fault. They said that President Donald Trump has consistently called on them to do the right thing and reopen the government, which they could do at any time. Unfortunately, Chuck Schumer and congressional Democrats would rather push healthcare for illegal immigrants than save American citizens from suffering. Um, Trump himself was talking on True Social saying, well, if the courts would tell me how to do it, I'd be able to do it. And all this shit. And like, if you clarify how to do it, He wants to help everybody. He wants to help everybody, but obviously he doesn't care.
No, no, we've just been rolling these images from this fucking lavish, fucking garish event. Mike Johnson, Speaker of the House, presented Trump as a man angry and desperate to break the impasse so as to ease the mounting pain from ordinary Americans. This coming from The Guardian. He's just desperate for the government to open. He's tried everything he can, Johnson said, adding that Trump is a big-hearted president. He just wants everyone to get their services. He just wants everyone to get their services, which is why Doge happened, right? I guess, where they fucking slashed all of the services. And then this, like what you're talking about, Jake, like they have to pay the SNAP benefits because they were sued and lost.
Yeah.
And now he's like, well, show me how. After
Yeah.
after they claimed that they legally could not, and the judge came back and said, legally, you have to. Legally, that's the opposite of everything that the law says. Like it couldn't be clear.
And they found like they somehow knew how to do it for the police officers and military. Like I'm sure it's not that hard to figure out how to do it for the American people as well.
I say it missed a fucking meal.
Right.
You could tell that.
I
All I'm
couldn't
saying is like,
find
just fucking, it's all made up, bro. Just hit a button to make the fake money go into these people's accounts so they can fucking eat. Like, what are you talking about? How do I do it? It's all
right.
fake, dude. It's just done on a computer.
He's only been president and involved in politics for the past fucking decade. What would he know about fucking the levers of government? Don't you just love it? Don't you just love how they're so helpless against the rules all of a sudden? Like this motherfucker is out here simultaneously blowing up fucking boats all over the fucking planet without a word to Congress or any proof at all that who these people are or what they're trafficking, if they're trafficking anything at all, other than fucking like maybe illegal clams. Uh, that, but when it comes to this, suddenly, oh my God, my hands are tied. The court said no. What am I gonna do? Well, the court said yes. What am I gonna do? They're just so helpless, guys. They're both the most the most powerful and also the weakest all at the same time. Just big-hearted people who want to make sure everybody get their services.
Right. I also wanted to find out how much he spent on the party, but I couldn't find the
No,
price.
of course not.
I don't want to know.
But
It probably covered the 42 million Americans who wanted SNAP this month.
just in the Secret Service alone and the fact that they keep gathering all of the people in the set, like I assume JD Vance and Mike Johnson were both there, which means that the three people
Maybe
in line,
Vance, maybe not.
hopefully they would have the common sense to keep one of them out of the fucking party because you're not supposed to have the people in line for the succession of the presidency in the same place at the same time. Like that's not you don't want all three of them dying in the same fire. That's not how that's supposed to work. That's there's a reason for all that. But it wouldn't surprise me at all if he was there.
Well, JD Vance maybe wanted
Oh,
to do one more Halloween with his wife before he divorces her. Kirk, you know?
Right.
bro,
Oh.
the thought of Mike Johnson being our president, like I try not to think about what happens like in the chain of events, and the thought of Mike Johnson being our president truly makes my stomach turn, bro. That's terrible.
Yeah, I
Could
don't.
you imagine?
Do you think anybody would put up with that?
You know how AA meetings, for the people that are there on probation and stuff, have to get their little stamp and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Mike Johnson would make us do that for church, and if you didn't do it, you got taxed at 100% or something.
Absolutely.
You have to report back to the government that you're attending service every Sunday.
Oh my God, he totally would. He's like his beliefs are ludicrous. Like he's a seven mountains guy or whatever the fuck they're called. They're yeah, I don't know. A different show for that one. But since we're talking about the party of family values, how'd you like all those fucking dancers, guys? The whole fucking nonstop burlesque. That's pretty on brand for the family values party, no?
Yeah.
A real
I don't.
There,
I just feel like it just feels out of touch,
does it
like with
Jake,
reality.
Jake, where's the one with the martini glass? You got that one?
Yeah, I do have these unfortunate photos.
Yeah, let's flip through some of these photos. I'm gonna talk about out of fucking touch. Out of touch. While this was going on, yeah, here you go. Fucking the listener. It's a young looking woman in a martini glass. Mark Thompson, the poster, says this performer at Trump's Great Gatsby party should clear up any suspicions about whether or not he's in the Epstein files. Certainly. Truth. Truth. Uh, ICE was terrorizing kids in Washington, D.C. Uh, at the same night. They tear gassed the parade in Chicago. But these two old hags are having a fucking hell of a time.
Also, on Trump's favorite place to be, Air Force One, when he was asked about the SNAP benefits again, he said that most of the people on SNAP are Democrats. And
Yes, he did, didn't he?
yeah, which is just a made up fact once again.
For sure. Look at these. This is every country club in America. Like he's just turned, it's just, no, this is just the golf club fucking party. This is how, just so you know, like for those of you that've never waited on these people, this is how the rich play in your face. This is what they do with their time. Oh my God. There is more fucking plastic in these photos than a fucking Barbie factory. Yeah. What a creep. He looks horrible. Like he looks like he's losing like cancer weight. Am I wrong? Like his face just looks like it's fucking, he's lost a ton of weight, like with that late stage. Oh my God, don't do that. Don't do that. Jesus fucking Christ.
You know when you use steel wool too much and like it's flattening out? That's what his hair looks like.
Yeah, it does. It looks like a very old steel wool. Fucking unbelievable. Speaking of snap lies, Fox News fell for an AI video of a black woman talking about losing her SNAP benefits. The video is racist. Uh, Talking about it was even more racist. Talking about it uh, and it being fake is beyond crazy. And then to not go back and make any real effort to, uh, you know, correct the statements is even louder. Um, I did not bring the video because I found it horribly offensive. But Brad, you're old enough to remember the old welfare queen theory. Welcome
Oh
back to.
yeah.
Are they just running like the worst of the worst, like their greatest hits? We're talking regime change. We're talking welfare queen. I mean, I'm sure the yellow crack is back somewhere out there. Like,
Oh, it's got to be. I fucking was talking to somebody and called Walmart a welfare queen uh the other day, and I was like, "Those are the real welfare queens." I was like, "You guys have lost your fucking minds."
yes,
Like, it's ridiculous that they really just try and they love punching down, bro. They love punching down. It's their jam.
they do. That's all they got, really. That's all they got.
Yeah. We're all trying to punch up, and they love punching down.
Not anymore. Not anymore. We will fucking. I will come down there and punch the fuck out of these little snowflakes all day, every day. They're the
It
saddest,
doesn't make sense to me.
softest little bitches out there. I just watched was on like right before the show, like the White House TikTok has a video featuring the Ghostbusters theme song. And I don't know what the video is about. I don't give a fuck, but I had to comment the fact that they arrested a woman wearing a banana suit playing that song on clarinet because they are literally afraid of everything, everything, including bananas with clarinets. Fucking terrifying to the GOP.
Dude, they have just been fed terror propaganda for a decade to just be afraid of everything that is different than them.
Listen,
They're terrified of everything. It's so crazy to see. Like when I talk to people, I'm just like, wait a minute, do you actually believe that's a real concern in your life? That's
dude,
realistic?
oh, I know. It's like, look out your window. Is that your reality? Are you really
Yeah.
living in that world? Like, is your city's true? Is it truly on fire out there? Are you afraid to leave your home? Were you bugged when you went to the store? No, you fucking idiot. It's nothing like that. But Stephen Miller, Christy Doan, Pete Hegseth, Nancy Mace, several others are all now living in bunkers. Military bunkers.
Hey, really?
Yeah, they actually probably have something to be afraid of. I'll be honest with you. Like, they
Hmm.
might.
There will be trials.
There will be trials. There will be trials. And they have literally committed so many crimes, and they know it. They absolutely know it. Oh my God. Yeah, so the Great Gatsby party, the shutdown, uh, and these Halloween costumes. So JD Vance went as his meme. It didn't even do a good job with the perm. Like you don't have a good perm guy, but yeah, he tried to lean into that. Uh is this
Do you have a
guy
picture of this? Jacob, you want to show me a picture of this?
do you
I don't have a picture of it.
Oh,
what?
See,
Hold
this
on.
is what I thought everybody else would have.
I think he did this.
A lot of the my favorite caption of this was POV, you're the couch at the Halloween party. That was my favorite caption. But that perm is wretched, bro. Like you could have
Yeah,
done
he could have
this.
done way better. Like, you got all this money.
Yeah, dude.
You could have had a way better perm.
Crazy. What a fucking tightwad. He couldn't pay nobody to. I mean that it's all right. He looks stupid as always. This his eyes are real dead too. Just creepy as fuck. The
He does look creepy there. Like, if he would have had a better perm, that costume would be hilarious. I mean, it's hilarious,
yeah, it would have been great. He could have gone fat suit too.
dude. I would have cried.
Would have been hilarious. But this is kind of a miss. Also,
Hey, Golly, beach
why
wave.
does the AI version of him have more life behind its eyes than him? That's fucked.
No, I had empathy.
Yeah. Well, I guess it probably to be fair, the AI drinks a lot more water.
And also, who does his eyebrows? Come on. These people with money don't know how to spend it.
No, well, and they don't at all, and they really shouldn't have it. This
Lord.
fucking that Gatsby party was one of the fucking saddest events. Sitting there with his fucking donors. Okay, so here's Eric
Eric.
and the kids. Eric and the kids. Laura with her fucking very. I'm sure she wore that to church too.
Is it basketball wives? What is she doing?
I, it's definitely not that, Jake. I promise you that. I don't know what that is. Um, zoom in a little. Let's see what's going on there.
Me too.
Obviously, Eric is going as Prince Andrew, right? That's,
Long
that's
live Prince Andrew.
am I wrong? Am I missing something? And
Is he, are you being sarcastic?
I, I don't know, to be honest with you. I really
He
don't
was a
know.
king because a lot of people dressed up as kings for the No Kings rally.
I don't think
Oh,
there was a
that
family theme. I can't see a family theme.
see, here's the problem. See, here's the problem with that. No, there's no theme.
It's
Um,
white, guys.
well, yeah, but that's sort of a larger theme that they've got going on
Even the
in
pumpkin's white.
general. I know, isn't that's fucking creepy. That is creepy. Why is the pumpkin white? Let's hang on this crown though. So you're saying that like it's because of the no kings thing?
Yeah, they're making fun of us, guys. There's a
Oh,
lot of people who dressed up as kings.
wearing a
Oh
And this
crown.
is
my,
one thing.
that
Crazy as fuck.
is
He didn't even have to buy that first Halloween costume. He just had it sitting in his closet.
that's so sad. I would have never made that connection. And this is what they think they're. Am I supposed to? Am I owned now? Have I been owned?
I think that you have officially been owned.
Oh my, the daggers through my heart. Daggers through
They
my
have
heart.
once again owned the libs, dude,
Spare
Yeah.
me. Spare me, please. I can't take anymore.
at
What's
the cost of American democracy. They have owned the libs.
absolutely wow. Great job. So, their daughter is dressed as
I think it's
poor.
K-pop Demon Hunters.
K-pop
Demon.
demon
Oh,
hunters.
okay. I was just gonna guess poor. While her son is dressed as money.
Hmm. Okay.
Just kind of, with the mismatched boots and shit. Kind of look like, poor versus wealth. It's got the money chain on. His grandpa still doesn't like him.
Why does the background look fake? Like around his head.
I don't know, but of course that's where they live. Fake lake, cookie cutter fucking
Yeah.
houses.
It looks a little too fake for me.
Well, I mean, literally everything about that picture is fake. All of their money is fake. Okay, so this is Bobert. Bobert is dressed as um a racial slur, a Mexican racial slur. Like that's the best way I can describe the costume with the sombrero, the hat. Her boyfriend over there is dressed as an ICE agent. So gross. The implications there are disgusting. Jake, zoom in on her little chalkboard sign there. You guys remember this trend, the Mexican word of the day?
Yes.
Yes. Well, this one is juicy. Tell me if juicy ice.
Hmm.
Yeah, I don't understand how that's not
Well, you've been owned, Brad.
racist.
You've been owned. Okay? So take that. How do you feel now?
Oh,
That's fucking so stupid. And proof positive too that like literally anybody can buy that ice uniform because that guy looks legit as fuck. He's got the gut, he's got the vest, you know.
This was probably on the merch shop.
yeah, it's the White House merch shop
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
And like
So
you know how they describe like biblically accurate angels? I'm assuming this is what they look like.
demons?
Yeah.
Because bro, she looks like she looks like a little vampire. She worries me quite a bit.
Who is that?
No clue. And
Weird.
I hope I never have to know. They're flat ass. All right. Who's next?
That's all we got, bruh.
That's all we got? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, two of middle like C-list mega influencers went for
Mm.
blackface. Went for,
Mm.
so that's the temperature. So we see the Lauren Boebert racist costume. And these C plus influencers trying to make a bigger day for themselves went the next step up and went full blackface. So it just speaks to like what we already know, but like they are telling you to your face, well, this is about racism, that these people are racist and nothing else. And I just don't know when people do they are they addicted to MAGA or in Trump or like you're either racist or stupid or both at this point. Like you can't be involved in this at all. You cannot continue to call yourself a Republican and not be stupid and or racist, probably both. Unless there's like a third path that I'm missing. Am I missing anything there? Like you're dumb and racist,
I
probably.
Hmm.
don't think like a lot of I don't know where they're going, but a lot of Republicans are leaving the Republican Party because it's not that it doesn't represent an original Republican's values anymore. That's not a thing. So to truly still follow like the MAGA movement just seems like being an irresponsible human. You know what I mean? Like it's not it's way past a political affiliation at this point. It is like a mindset to them. Like they worship what this movement is to them. They're completely content with it, and it is because they are gullible, or they are dumb, or they are racist. That is it, or any combination of the three. That's the only excuse for still following this. There's like, I just don't understand. Trump's president, we have government shutdowns because it's not like it's very clearly not bipartisan what Trump is trying to do. Like that's how the government works. We make bipartisan stuff. Trump comes in and the government gets shut down because he doesn't care about the will of the people. He has an agenda that he's pushing, and you will push it or you will get out of the way. Is essentially what he's saying, and then he just places blame on everybody. That's
Yeah,
why I was talking earlier about like or the last episode about maybe we just push the bill, and let them see what happens.
yeah,
Like they can end the filibuster in the Senate.
yeah. It's their
Why?
choice. Let them figure it out for themselves. That's what I was arguing for from the beginning. I said, fuck all that. You can do what you want. We're not going to help you with any of it. Like that should have been the position from jump. It was like
Yep.
it didn't have to be about anything in particular. Could have just been fuck you. If you want to do all this crazy shit, then you go ahead and do it. but we're not going to help you. Blow up the filibuster. We fucking goddamn dare you. Because we need the filibuster gone anyway. We need the filibuster gone anyway. We have land that is ruling over people. Like that's how the Senate is working right now. Like large swaths of uninhabited land are making laws for the cities that are producing the GDP of this country, and we can't have that anymore. Right. So go ahead and blow that the fuck up. That's what we should have done. That should have been our ultimate goal. Should have been them sabotaging their own filibuster. We still might get it accidentally, but our leadership is trash, 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 trash. Jeffries today said that Zoran Mamdani was not the future of the Democratic Party. That's what he said. That was
Yeah, well,
the only intelligible thing that he said on TV today was no, he's not. Everything
we'll
else was
see.
gibberish.
We'll see Tuesday night what the people think.
Amen. Oh, I forgot to mention real quickly, speaking about that, if this adjusts you guys' numbers at all, but Eric Adams didn't drop out in time to get off the ballot. So if you guys want to make adjustments to your numbers for the New York election, I'll let you do that after the during the break. Yes, here's some random racism. This is James Woods, who played Bill W. in the Alcoholics Anonymous movie. And I'm pretty sure that's the last thing I ever saw him in. Or maybe it's just the one thing that I've seen him in like 1,000 times. I don't know. But James Woods of no acclaim as an actor posted this. He is probably more acclaimed as a right-wing ship poster than anything else. And it's Zoran Mandami with a knife and the Statue of Liberty as a woman in front of him at the subway. Absolutely vile. And then he adds the caption, the reptile smile, which that's not Zoran, that's an AI image. So you can put whatever fucking smile you want on it. I don't know if that was anyway. Anyway, these people are real fucking dumb. Real fucking dumb. Uh okay. I want to say, Brad, on that point of Republicans, that I just don't know that I buy that they're leaving. His approval rating is still around in the 30s. Like it's bad on most issues, but it's still pretty solid in the 30s. He's still got the same plurality that he's always had. And like those Nikki Haley voters that supposedly were out there, like I think that all of the Republicans who were going to move have moved. If there's any left, it's fucking marginal at best.
Well, think about this fact. Only 40% of America can read above sixth grade level.
Yeah. I said he
So
had.
he's,
I said
you know what I
that
mean?
about
So
this.
like,
I think we said the same thing.
that's all I'm saying. I don't think, I mean,
Yeah,
I firmly believe that 30% of the United States population loves racism. Like you know what I mean? They love that shit.
I
They
agree.
love deporting brown people. They love that shit. They eat it up. They swallow it up. They love it.
It is time, I think, for both parties, if those people exist, I guess what I want to get at is those people exist, then they need to get out from their party, like Democrats getting away from their party and start putting up good candidates who present whatever fucking values that they think are good, and not, but at least like not evil. Although every GOP proposition that I've ever known has been evil. But if there are non-evil, if there is such thing as a non-evil Republican, they need to start doing it. So I'm going to let that take us out to break. And this is a free advertisement that we're going to do for Lauren Collin for Congress in California 34. He is an independent candidate who is advocating for much of what we just talked about. And he did not solicit us for this commercial, uh, but this is from his TikTok, and we're doing this because he believes in a lot of things we talk about in this show. Oop, it would help if I turned on the sound.
This is your government, America. You own every single outcome. If you want different outcomes, then you need to start doing something different. For my money, that something different is firing all 435 elected members of the House of Representatives, running, supporting, and voting for people from your community who do need to stand up and run. So please stand up and run and be the person who has a single, simple platform. We fix the United States of America when we start taxing the wealthy like the rest of us. We pay taxes on all of our wages, and we cannot get around it. The wealthy can hide their money everywhere, from inheritance to capital gains to loans against stock. Whoosh, it vanishes before the tax man cometh. America, it's our government, not theirs. You own it, not them. Take leadership, take responsibility, take that ownership. Tax the hell out of them MFers. No fear, only love.
White men.
It is true. It is true the white men are the problem, but that's also why I think that white men have to be part of the solution too. Those of us that are out here, like, so I feel like it's important sometimes, Summer Lee was saying in her speech during the rally, like, you got to use your privilege. Like, that's what it's there for. Like, you use it for good or for ill, and you got to try to use it for good.
You clean up your own goddamn messes.
Yeah, definitely that. Definitely that.
I don't ever want to be associated with like the downfall of society. So I feel like I just constantly have to speak out as an ally, or I'm associated with the problem.
No doubt.
You know what I
I
mean? Like I don't want to be on that side of history at all. I have no
no.
interest in it.
I look like the problem. I look like the problem. I don't want to be that.
Welcome back to the What's Left podcast. It's John here with Jake and Brad. We appreciate all the continued support. Like us on YouTube, Substack, and TikTok. Also follow us on Instagram and Threads at Derealization Nation. We appreciate the continued support. We thank you guys so much for listening, for following, for the comments, all of it. We appreciate so much of it. We're slowly closing in on a year here doing this, and it's pretty cool to think that we've really been, you know, basically talking into the void for a while, and it's starting to fill in a little bit. And it's cool to see. So we appreciate you guys so much. So tonight I'm going to talk about the one thing that I think the Democratic platform needs to focus on in the next election. And I think that it is something that most Americans can agree on, but the Democrats choose to be quiet about it because it benefits the Democrats the same way it benefits the Republicans. And that is lobbying. I do not believe that there should be big business involved in our government at all. I think the decisions that our government makes should strictly be for the people and no one else. It should be people first before its profits, which I think is pretty obvious to anyone with any real, any real independent thinking at all. We should be focusing on our constituents and not the businesses that are crippling most Americans.
Yes.
So we already see that by us allowing the lobbying that we do things that benefit business over people, wherein these huge mega corporations are getting their tax breaks, and the common man is not. And then I've already discussed how Walmart benefits so much off the SNAP benefits and all those things. I've made that very clear. Well, these huge corporations are basically running our country at this point, whether we see it or not. Every major decision that's made in our country is for the 1%. Every decision that for anything is for the 1%. It is not for you and me. It is not for the farmer. It is not for the small business owner. It is not for the people anymore. They like both sides have completely lost touch with reality because the money goes so deep that they are influenced by the money. And I fucking get it. It's cool. Like I get it. You're taking money. Like I understand the reason you're doing it because who doesn't want to make more money? However, when we elect you to represent us, and instead you represent Home Depot or you represent Amazon or you represent Elon Musk, you're no longer you're no longer the representative that I want representing me and my fellow constituents. That's not what I want. If you're taking APAC money, you're automatically off the list. I will not vote for you. That's just all there is to it. I don't care what you represent. If you are taking money from a PAC that is helping to fund genocide, I will not vote for you. It's very simple. It should never be Israel first in America. For everyone saying America first, this is your time to prove it, and stop taking money from APAC stop taking money from these lobbies. We need to get it out of our government. There is no excuse for why this much money flows into our government in the form of donations. And it's
Mhm.
all from these mega corporations. We're allegedly funding a ballroom with private donations, and we don't somehow think that that's like corruption. Like nobody's just like, hey, wait a minute. Like on the other side, nobody
No.
thinks that that's corruption. That's insane to me.
Well, they can't
Like
read,
we
Brad.
over with the Qataris flying in Idaho, I believe it is. I
Yeah.
believe they're yeah. All we had to do was give them a private jet, and now the same people that they're like, oh, the brown people are terrorists. Bring them over here to learn how to fly. Like I don't. It's crazy that they. I just don't understand it. But there's just so much influence from money in politics that it's no longer about us, and that's what I think Democrats need to focus on: is get the money out of politics. How can we represent you? I don't
Yep.
want to like. I want to see grassroots Democrats. I don't want to see these people that are already there. I don't. I don't care about you. You mean nothing to me. You sold out. All of you take money from some corporation and influence your decisions more than my little donation will. Period. That's just all there is to it. And it's got to stop. And that's what I think the Democrats need to focus on.
I could not possibly agree more. And I think this is an issue I think that you could probably unite uh, people of all, like everybody pretty much agrees with this. A very small portion of this, like, are very eager to deep throat as much boot as humanly possible at all times. But it is not as big as it looks online. It's just not that many people. You already have some politicians, mostly Democratic, but occasionally you have some like you've got your MTGs on the other side taking small money donations over the big things. And I think what's actually starting to be seen is, like, it's always been true. And the reason that uh moneyed interest has been able to make an argument for themselves is that they don't have the numbers, right? Like that's always been the argument, like for the Senate, for the filibuster, all these things. Well, the wealthy are the minority, right? They're the 1%. You say so yourself. Well, how is the 1% going to make sure that they're equally protected by the law if they can't spend their money to influence politics? But what we have is where, like, they're not just influencing politics. So, well, I agree with you, Brad. I think I want to see more than just, like, I think lobbying is a great place to start. Overturning a Citizens United is a great place to start. But, like, you have to break up these monopolies too, especially when it comes to media. You just cannot have these media monopolies. Um, because, like, even this independent media, as it's taking over, like, we're still stuck with, like, if Substack or YouTube or Threads has been throttling accounts all week, uh like they could still pick and choose what content gets showed, you know? So they have the influence of money in society. It plays into our politics. And I just think you're dead on here with this. Like, this has to be, if you're not talking about this, like, you shouldn't be. And this goes for anybody in any party. Like, if your candidate is taking money from any pack, not just a pack, but a pack, any of them, then that should disqualify that person in your mind, because they don't have to. It is so easy to grassroots campaign raise. You've got uh you've got Kat, you've got Shukrit, Chakrabarti, you've got Abdul Sahid in Michigan, you've got Ro Khanna already in Congress, AOC, Ilhan Omar, Pramila Jayapal. So many. It's been proven that you can do this without the lobbying money. So that just means that people want to take it. We
You
had,
have to without the lobbying money. We've talked about this. You can get your voice out on TikTok. You can go absolutely viral on TikTok.
yep.
And you could start your whole campaign that way and grassroots the whole thing. If you know how to use social media, you can absolutely reach the population.
But even, like, you see with the Zoran campaign, after his initial success, they throttled his social media posts as much as they possibly could. Now he's too big to rig at a certain point, but like you began to see more of him through other people's posts than you did from his account. Like I started having to search out his account to get the latest because I would always put out his latest whatever commercials, videos, A, because they're entertaining as fuck, and B, because I believe in everything that he's stealing here, you know? And I think, Jake, I want you to weigh in a little bit too, but like this adds more authenticity. Like, let's say there's a candidate out there there's two candidates out there, they're both speaking mostly the same language. Um, is this not like, does this not like push it over the edge for you? Like, does it make you believe that they believe what they're saying more if they're not taking the money? Like say you've got two candidates talking a good game on trans people, but one person takes money from interests who don't believe those things. Like I just don't think that you can guarantee that person won't turn.
I just know guys like Zoran, when they say things like, I want to tax the billionaires more, he's probably not being funded by the billionaires.
Yeah,
Safe to
100%.
say.
Yeah, 100%.
And for some reason, people hate that. Like people that are opposed to him
Yeah.
are like, what is this silly communist talking about? Free busing and frozen rent. They don't understand how anything works.
I I'm still mind blown at how many people are like, I'm just against his policies. Explain to me which policy that you're against, because I find you to be an ignorant asshole for saying that. Because there's not a single policy that you can name that isn't helpful and couldn't be accomplished with a fucking marginal tax raise on billionaires that would cause change nothing. Put them in line with other states in the area. Like that's an insane thing to say. An insane thing to say. People are going to leave New York. Sure. They're going to leave New York for the theater, right? Like they're going to find they're going to go watch some off-Broadway show in fucking Missouri so they don't have to pay taxes. I don't fucking think so.
Money, like that's what they don't like. The guys making 50K a year that defend billionaires don't understand that 1% is nothing to them.
No.
Like billionaires don't care. They're not going to leave like one of the greatest cities in the entire world because they lost 100 grand or 200 grand or $1 million. They don't care.
No, they spend all of that money fucking lobbying against fucking unions and paying politicians. Like they could just pay their fucking taxes. They wouldn't have to spend any of that money. We just take the money that you're currently spending, trying to not spend money on taxes, and we're going to tax you for it
That's it. Easy
because
peasy.
it's easy peasy. Oh, you're going to give it to charity? No, don't do that. Okay. Because charities are top heavy. Okay. Government employees don't make nearly as much as fucking like, United Way employees. The amount of money that gets circled through, just for instance, the United Way comes out to about 1% of your donation actually makes it where it belongs. Whereas your tax dollars is a much, 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 much higher number. Almost all of it gets made to a place where it is appropriated, unless it, of course, goes to the Defense Department. Then it just goes off into fucking outer space or as close as Elon Musk can get.
About $1 billion worth of hammers.
Yeah, fucking $2 trillion screws for a
But I know
rocket that
that
roll into the ocean.
we're supposed to be focused on one topic and we
Yes.
talk about lobbying, but I agree with the monopoly thing because essentially freedom of press is actually gone.
Yes.
At this point, our freedom of press is gone, and it's not because of this administration. Our freedom of press has been gone long before then, because these six uh, companies control all the media that we see. So
Yeah.
you might be able to see it, but I believe that it's influenced by these corporations. Believe that they only see what you like. It's almost like I've seen like different things where they show like different, even like local news stations, like all across the country, and it's the exact same verbiage
It's
for
yeah.
them as well.
There's two or three companies that control all of the local news for all of the United States. So it's not local at all. And they obviously focus on the most eye-grabbing things. So no matter where you are, you will hear about murder, arson, and rape. Like
The only thing that changes is the weather.
that's it.
The only thing that changes is the weather.
That's all that changes.
And that's why I think we stopped watching the news is because it's literally like terrible, terrible, terrible. Oh, look, a puppy was rescued. Terrible, terrible, terrible.
Right. And we just were inundated with information. And most people don't have the time to do sit down and sort it. That's why we do what we do here. We're trying to sort through the vast amount of information to slow it down and break it down. But that's what news used to do for you, but it's not anymore. Like now they're purposely picking whatever is clickbaitable, whatever gets your attention, whatever gets you outraged. Like that's what they're after. They don't give a fuck about what actually matters to people, and that's what we're trying to do here. Like we're trying to get to like take all this information and bring out what actually matters to like an everyday person, people who actually work jobs, pay taxes, do these things.
When I say things like this is like my centrist take, and I'm not saying it's like centrist. I just think that it's like a populist take.
Yeah.
Like the majority of people will agree with what I'm saying here. Like I don't think that this is a Republican or Democrat issue. I think that collectively together we can all represent this, and that's how I think the Democrats get voters on their side from the other side. Is if they do things that are like popular
Mhm.
to people, not just popular to the party, because I don't give a fuck about the party anymore. That's a joke. This is all a joke to me. But they need to like present ideas that are the populist decision. That's how you obtain voters is get the things that are popular with the fucking population. And they don't do that. They don't do that.
Okay. So what you're proposing is called popularism. And that article that we trashed last week was advocating for the same thing, which is why it wanted us to leave behind some of the other less popular issues. So that's where the danger lies in popularism. Chasing only what is popular can be dangerous. You also must have principle and stand for things because you can definitely convince people. You've seen like the difference in the way immigration went 60-40 one way to 60-40 the other way in the matter of 9 months. If it maybe it would have flipped that hard that fast with better messaging, but it could have at least stayed even. You can win these battles. You can have principles too. But to your point, the things that they stay away from that they should are things like climate change is a 70-30 issue, right? Abortion is a 60-40 issue. Even if you look at like gay marriage is like a 70-30 issue still, even with Republicans flipping their position almost backwards. Like still independents and Democrats overwhelmingly in the 90 percentile are like, absolutely, this is a right. So these things, there is a way, a path forward, but the problem is lobbyists have their say so. You know what else is real popular is a 90-10 issue is anti-genocide, but you can't pay either party to fucking speak about it.
No, you cannot.
You
That's what
cannot.
I mean. Like if for for me, if both sides like if MAGA came to me and was like, let's get rid of lobbying, and the Democrats came to me and said, let's get rid of lobbying, I would vote Democrat because racism is a deal breaker for me. I would vote Democrat because equality is is what I'm looking for. So I agree that your moral values still have to be apparent, but I think that the like you do it on a big ground to get the large group,
Hmm.
you encompass the large group, and then you start to talk about the other issues. That's how they do it. And then if you start to lose some, it's better to start with a bunch and then have some fall off because they decided that racism was actually important to them and they're no longer interested, or they decided that letting people be who they want to be is a deal breaker to them, so they're against you now, whatever. But it's better to encompass a large group and then lose them instead of trying to collectively get small groups one at a time. You need to encompass large groups and then lose small.
I don't. Jake, do you want to jump in real quick?
My
Yes.
thing is, we need to do that now,
Go.
anyways, because the spotlight is not on us at all. So, like,
Yeah,
we need these popular things to even get like the attention back on us because
yeah,
we don't even have the attention that we need to even start like something like that. Like, we haven't even said shit lately. So, you know what I mean? Like, I agree.
I do.
Yeah. So, for
I
sure.
it would help to do something big and splashy.
Right.
We we
Right.
are we are like in serious danger here. The Heritage Foundation came out and supported Tucker Carlson, uh, even though he had Nick Fuentes on his show, and so they were not going to cancel him or Nick for speaking against Israel. So we are in fucking real danger here because you are giving people who feel strongly about genocide, uh, a curiosity, and they because not everybody knows who Nick Fuentes is, and Tucker Carlson is a snake. Like he has fooled people for decades, making them think that he is a normal human being when he is an evil, evil son of a bitch. Uh, and Nick Fuentes is good at it too. Like for it's like he's trying to be more mainstream now. He has said some of the most heinous shit ever in the past, but he is trying now to be to slide into the mainstream. And the Heritage Foundation, that's the Project 2025 folks, for those of you scoring at home, uh, they are backing this. So if Democrats do not pick up and be morally clear about things like genocide, the simple stuff, they are fucked. And not a goddamn bit of this other shit is going to matter. And this takes care of the lobbying thing too, because the most bought and the most obvious thing that we have right now is AIPAC. If every Democrat was to swear off lobbying from foreign countries, from Israel, through any source, that would be a big step in the right direction. And then you could say whatever you want to say. Because if you really believe in genocide, say it with your whole chest and not with the fucking pocket full of AIPAC money. Right? At least I know who you
Yep.
actually are. You know what I mean? Because
Yep.
I think you're a double snake for taking the money and saying something you don't believe. I think you're worse than worse. I think that's and I think everybody I think more people than just me think that. And I think it that is entirely why that lobby is why the Democratic Party is so goddamn unpopular. That's what
Yep.
happened.
I agree.
Genocide. Genocide for even before 2023. So, all right. Let's wrap it up there. I think that's a
Yep.
good place to land. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Check us out on Instagram, TikTok, and Threads. Like and subscribe if you haven't on YouTube already. What the fuck are you waiting for? We're so close to monetizing on YouTube, and that is all thanks to you. We appreciate you so much. We love having you here. Um, you can follow us, like I said, on YouTube at Substack. We're on TikTok. We're on Instagram. Maybe get these guys on Threads with me at some point. If you'd like to support our work, you can buy a t-shirt at derealizationnation.com, or you can choose the paid option on Substack for $5 a month. But either way, we just love having you here no matter what. Until next time, I'm John,
I'm Jake.
And I'm Brad.
and that's what's left.
Julian saying for Heisman.
In the interest of our journalistic integrity, I want to provide a update to a story we reported on earlier in the week. The overturned barrel of monkeys in the state of Mississippi was actually, in fact, not full of disease, according to the University of Tulane. They were just a little bit angry and very aggressive, but no COVID, no herpes. And I'm sorry for have smeared the name of these well-behaved and monkeys who are now all dead. Um, after the final one was shot by a Mississippi woman in her backyard from 60 feet away. Uh, her 16-year-old son alerted her to a monkey in the backyard. So she grabbed her firearm, her cell phone, stepped outside where she saw the monkey and shot him. Jessica Bond Ferguson took that last one out. Um, Also, it's kind of fucked up that the police told those lies about those monkeys, man. What the fuck?